You know that feeling when you open your banking app and your body reacts before your brain does? Not because you're broke, but because something doesn't feel stable. You might have money sitting there, you might even earn well, but there's still this quiet anxiety in the background, a subtle question that never really goes away. If something goes wrong, will I be okay? Most people think financial safety comes from hitting a certain number, 50,000, six figures, a better salary. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Plenty of people reach those milestones and still don't feel secure. Because safety doesn't come from a number, it comes from structure, from systems, from knowing how long you could survive without income. And this matters more than people realize. Because when you don't feel financially safe, it leaks into everything. Your sleep, your decisions, your relationships. You hesitate to change jobs. You tolerate stress you shouldn't. You avoid risks that could improve your life. Not because you're weak, because uncertainty drains your nervous system. Financial fear lives quietly. It doesn't always scream. Sometimes it just sits there, humming in the background. In this video, I want to help you understand what financial safety actually means, how to calculate your personal safety number, and how to start building it step by step. And if you stay until the end, I'll explain why two people with the same savings can feel completely different emotionally, and how you can become the calm one. This isn't about getting rich fast. It's about removing fear from your life. Real safety isn't flashy. It's invisible. It's the ability to breathe when something unexpected happens. It's knowing you have time. That's what we're building here. Most people think financial safety is a pile of money sitting in a bank account, but real safety is runway. It's time. It's knowing how long you could stay afloat if income stopped tomorrow. Think of your finances like an airplane. Your monthly expenses are the fuel burn rate. Your savings are how long you stay in the air. The question isn't how big is your tank, it's how long can you fly without panic. That's safety, not wealth, time. When you only have a few weeks of runway, every decision feels urgent. Every problem feels massive. But when you have months, your posture changes. You stop reacting, you start thinking. There's an invisible wall people cross. Before it, life feels fragile. After it, life feels manageable. That wall isn't income, it's runway. When you know you could survive 3 months without pay, your nervous system calms. At 6 months, your confidence grows. At 12 months, you start thinking strategically about your future. That's when money stops controlling you. You begin controlling money. This is why some people earning modest salaries feel calm, while others earning 6 figures feel trapped. It's not income, it's burn rate, it's commitments, it's flexibility. Financial safety isn't about impressing anyone. It's about buying yourself time to make good decisions. And time is the most valuable asset you can own. When you don't have savings, your brain operates in survival mode. Every unexpected expense feels like a crisis. Car repairs, medical bills, rent increases. Your mind becomes consumed by short-term problems. You take jobs you hate. Remember how hard it is to think clearly when you're under pressure? That's survival mode. But when you build runway, something powerful happens. Your nervous system relaxes. You start thinking in weeks and months instead of days. You stop asking, how do I survive? And start asking, how do I grow? This identity shift changes everything. You become proactive instead of reactive. You negotiate better. You explore opportunities. You stop tolerating situations that drain you. Growth mode isn't about motivation. It's about safety. Once fear leaves the driver's seat, your brain can finally plan. That's why financial security changes people, not because they're richer, because they're calmer. Financial safety is simple math. Monthly essential expenses multiplied by months of runway. If you spend $3,000 a month, 3 months equals $9,000. 6 months equals $18,000. 12 months equals $36,000. These numbers aren't glamorous, but they're powerful because they're personal. They scale with lifestyle. Someone with low expenses may feel safe with $15,000. Someone with high obligations might feel stressed with $100,000. Safety is relative, not absolute. Once you hit 3 to 6 months, every extra dollar becomes growth capital instead of defense money. That's when investing becomes meaningful. Even small monthly investments compound over time. $500 a month at 8% becomes nearly $300,000 in 20 years. Same habit, different timeline. This is how wealth quietly builds, slowly at first, then faster. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Build runway, then invest. Repeat. One of the biggest reasons people never feel financially safe has nothing to do with income. It's lifestyle inflation. Every time income rises, spending quietly follows. A nicer apartment, a newer car, more subscriptions. Better gadgets. None of these feel reckless. Each upgrade feels reasonable on its own, but together, they raise your monthly burn rate. And when your burn rate rises, your safety number explodes. This is how people earning good money still live paycheck to paycheck. They don't feel rich. They feel trapped. Because every raise gets absorbed by new obligations. What most people don't realize is that every fixed expense you add becomes permanent pressure. A car payment doesn't just cost money, it costs flexibility. A bigger home doesn't just cost rent or mortgage, it costs mental space. Insurance increases, maintenance rises. Suddenly, your comfortable life requires a much larger emergency fund just to feel normal. This is why two people earning the same income can feel completely different emotionally. One lives simply, the other lives stretched. The first feels calm, the second feels anxious. Not because of income, because of commitments. Financial safety grows when obligations shrink. Every large recurring expense reduces your margin for error, and margin is everything. Opportunity cost makes this even more powerful. That $40,000 car isn't just $40,000. If invested, it could become hundreds of thousands over decades. That expensive apartment doesn't just cost rent, it delays your freedom. Real wealth isn't built by cutting coffee. It's built by managing housing, transportation, debt, and recurring expenses. Those are the big levers. This doesn't mean living miserably. It means choosing intentionally. Freedom comes from keeping your lifestyle below your income, not equal to it. When you protect that gap, you create safety. When you consume it, you create stress. There's a moment when your relationship with money changes. Not when you become rich, when you gain walking away money. That's the point where you could leave a bad job, handle an emergency, take time to think. Walking away money gives you posture. You negotiate differently. You stop accepting disrespect. You start making decisions from strength instead of desperation. This is what financial breathing room feels like. It's quiet confidence. You don't panic when something breaks. You don't fear every change. You know you have options. This is why building runway comes before chasing returns. Because without safety, investments feel scary. With safety, they feel strategic. Walking away money doesn't require millions. For many people, it starts at 3 to 6 months of expenses. That small buffer changes how you show up in life. You take smarter risks. You pursue better opportunities. You protect your energy. Money becomes a tool instead of a threat. And once you experience this, you never want to go back. Let's slow this down and make it practical, because ideas only matter if you can actually apply them. Financial safety doesn't come from motivation, it comes from systems. Step 1 is simple but uncomfortable. Calculate your essential monthly expenses. Not your dream lifestyle, not your fun spending, just survival. Housing, food, utilities, insurance, transportation. This is your baseline. Most people avoid this step because seeing the real number feels confronting, but clarity beats comfort every time. Step 2. Build 3 months of that number in cash. Real cash. Liquid. Accessible. Not invested, not crypto, not locked away. This is your emergency buffer. This is what protects you from panic decisions. Step 3. Once 3 months feels solid, extend it to 6 months. That's when emotional stability usually kicks in. Step 4. Automate investing beyond that. Even $200 or $500 per month matters. Consistency matters more than amount. Step 5. When your income rises, protect your savings gap. Increase savings first, lifestyle second. These steps sound boring. They are, but boring is powerful. Most people chase excitement and stay broke. Calm discipline builds freedom. Track your spending monthly. Automate transfers so willpower isn't required. Avoid emotional purchases. Build buffer first, then grow. Without foundations, you don't invest aggressively without safety. This system works on almost any income. It works because it respects human psychology. Progress compounds when habits stabilize. This is how average earners quietly become financially calm over time. Not overnight, month by month. Even when you start doing everything right, there's a feeling that creeps in, that you're behind, that everyone else is ahead. Social media makes this worse. You see people buying homes, driving new cars, traveling constantly, and it creates the illusion that you're failing. But you don't see their debt. You don't see their stress. You don't see their burn rate. Financial safety is invisible, quiet, private. Many people who look wealthy are financially fragile. Many who look average are resilient. Your job isn't to impress strangers. It's to protect your peace. Everyone starts from different places. Some had help, some didn't. Some learned early, some are learning now. Comparison steals clarity. It makes you rush. It makes you make bad decisions. It makes you upgrade too soon. Stay in your lane. Track your own numbers. Build your own runway. Consistency beats speed. Quiet progress beats loud appearances. Wealth doesn't announce itself. It accumulates. And the people who win long-term are rarely the loudest. They're the most disciplined. Let's pause for a moment. Not to judge yourself. Not to feel guilty. Just to get honest. If your income stopped tomorrow, how many months could you live without panic? Not discomfort. Panic. 1 month? 3? 6? That single answer tells you more about your financial health than your salary ever will. Most people never ask this because they're afraid of the answer. But awareness is power. You can't fix what you don't measure. Wherever you are right now is simply your starting point, not your identity. Some of you may be at 0. Some may have a small cushion. Some may already be building momentum. All of it is okay. Financial safety is built slowly, month by month, quietly. It grows when you save instead of spend, when you track instead of ignore, when you invest instead of delay. You don't need perfection. You need direction. Most people wait for a big raise or perfect timing. That moment rarely comes. The people who win start with what they have. They build habits first, then money follows. Feeling behind doesn't mean you failed. It means you're waking up. And awareness is the beginning of control. Here's something most people miss. Financial safety isn't just about how much you save. It's about how predictable your life is. Someone with modest savings and simple expenses often sleeps better than someone with massive income and massive obligations. Complex lives require huge buffers. Simple lives require smaller ones. Predictable expenses reduce anxiety. Stable routines reduce stress. This is why minimalism quietly builds wealth. Not because people own less, because they owe less. Every obligation you remove gives you mental energy back. Every simplification stretches your runway. Safety feels different for everyone because life structure is different for everyone. It's not the number. It's how chaotic or calm your system is. Reduce chaos. Increase predictability. Money flows easier when life feels manageable. Your first $10,000 is harder than your next $100,000. Not because of math, because of behavior. Early on, every dollar feels heavy. Progress feels invisible. Motivation fades. But once momentum builds, money starts working with you. Confidence rises. Discipline strengthens. You stop being someone who tries to save and become someone who saves. That identity shift is powerful. Early milestones matter because they change who you believe you are. In the next video, we'll break down exactly how to reach your first $10,000 faster without extreme sacrifices. We'll talk habits, mindset shifts, and simple strategies anyone can apply. That's where your snowball begins. Let's bring this together. This isn't about becoming rich to impress people. It's about removing fear from your decisions. It's about being able to breathe. It's about having options when life changes. Financial safety gives you time. Time to think. Time to choose. Time to grow. Build your runway. Protect your peace. Start today, even if it's small. Your future self is watching every decision you make right now, and they'll either thank you or wish you had started sooner. You don't need perfection. You need consistency. Money is just a tool. Freedom is the goal. If this helped you see money differently, stay connected. We're building this step by step